So hello everyone, welcome to the another class. And in last class we discussed about the historical underpinnings of the constitution making, wherein we discussed about the constitutional makers, the British era, and from 13 December, what were the episode that led to 1947. And we are continuing with the constitution, which is a combination of the best experiments, constitution wise, law wise, that had been framed in other part of the country. Now, if we talk about this preamble, and about it I told you in the previous class, we have to understand from exam perspective that what all questions can be asked, what all questions has been asked so far by UPSC, and what is the prospect in 2022 and in 23. Prelims as well as main, if I talk about, preamble is one of the most important topic. If the question has not been asked, there will be a mention by you in the answer writing from preamble side. If it is from fundamental right perspective or DPSP perspective, preamble has its role to play in prelims understanding too. Whether it is a nature of the constitution, if there is a question, whether it is basic feature of the constitutions, or it is doctrine of basic structure, preamble has its say in all of the things. Now, to begin with, preamble is from a Latin word preambulus, and in general terms, if we talk about, then it simply means introduction, identity card of the constitution. But if I ask you a question to begin with, that preamble deals with A, B, C, D. Nature of the constitution, right? Philosophy of the constitution, then objective of the constitution, and value premise of the constitution. Now it is a conceptual question, right? If I give you the option that A and B are correct here, or 2, C and D, or 3, that A and B and C, this and can be removed from here, A, B and C, and fourth one, all are correct. So what you say in it? Which option is correct here? So if I say that all are correct, then what is the nature of the constitution has been told by preamble? The nature of the constitution is told into an expression called as triple SDR. I have not talked about the preamble, the constituents of the preamble, things in it, but I am just discussing it in just to make you inquisitive, make you curious about that what this all about, because in NCERT books, page 1, preamble, right, in a decorated format, where it was made, it was designed, that is also a question, factual question, Shanti Niketan. Okay, anyway, now triple SDR means sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, in the same sequence. It's not that secular the word is here or that. Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. But in the original form, this was not there. Only SDR was there. I will tell you how it is. Sovereign Democratic Republic. These double S in between came later on in 1976 by way of 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. 75 plus 1 equal to 76. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, now that's the thing. Now philosophy, if we talk about what is the philosophy of and value premises out of the preamble, then yes, the people, the source, the authority behind the constitution making. Now, if I talk about the preamble's language, what does it say in one line? If I say that we, the people of India, solemnly resolve to constitute this nation into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, to give ourselves the justice, equality, liberty and fraternity in the same sequence. कुछ समझ में आया? मुझे भी नहीं आया, तो थोड़ा सा धीरे हो जाते हैं. So these all values like triple SDR and justice, equality, liberty and fraternity that I talked about is the main edifice, main constituent, main word and pivot over which and around which every constitutional article and provision is staying, revolving around. Okay, this is one of the core where preamble is. Now, out of the language that I spoke, in the bottom line, you can also look at the language that on this day, on 26th November 1949, we give ourselves this constitution. Right? The day is very important. This 26th November 1949 is called as, or we celebrate this date as what? Constitution Day, and 26th January as Republic Day. Okay, so these days are also very important sometimes. Now, if I need to talk about other factor, that the preamble is having the kind of nature in the constituent that is acronymed as triple SDR, and the objective as justice, equality, liberty and fraternity. Fraternity means you can understand it as brotherhoodness, and if you put I here, so it will be becoming like jalebi. In the memory format, it has to be recalled that way. Now, if I need to explain everything here, so what all question can be there, or so far many questions have been asked in the exam. So nature wise, if I talk about sovereignty, socialist, secular, democratic, republic, do these values or the kind of natural characteristics have significance in this democratic parlance or not? We have to look at. We need to see the objectives like justice, equality, liberty and fraternity also. Now, with your kind permission, can I explain the sovereignty factor independently? Yes. So, if I talk about sovereignty here, sovereignty means what? Sovereign. In normal, you can say English language, it can be put as supreme and independent. Supreme and independent. What do we mean by supreme and independent? That I am supreme, you are supreme, I am my father's princess, so I am supreme. No, you are saying inside you, अरे मैं तो शर्मा गई, ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है. You are, and I am my father's king. No, 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 your father is your king. For boys, सुबह सुबह उठते नहीं होगे तो क्या करते होंगे? A bucket of water poured on your head. That time you realize that I am a king. No, no, it's not that. Anyway, supreme and independent. Here you need to see that India is supreme. Where is India? थोड़ा सा हवा में उड़ रहा है हेड, कोई बात नहीं, पाकिस्तान को भी अंडर कर लेते हैं अपने, थोड़ा सा यहाँ का भी एरिया बढ़ा लेते हैं, इधर भी बात चल रही है, चाइना की तरफ बाद में जाएंगे. So anyway, supreme, India is supreme and we are independent, we all Indian, right? Now otherwise if you look at, we are supreme as an Indian within India, and this India become independent in the global order. I cannot be dictated if I am a democratic leader chosen by you guys that I need to keep friendship with other country or enmity or taking a stand in the Ukraine order. I cannot be dictated by the Uncle Sam or who is Uncle Sam, I don't know, but that way Western country I am indicating at. Okay, so India and Indians. So India is independent, no external pressure can be there on it, and we guys are supreme in India. Our leader chosen by us, elected by us, is free to decide the fate of India, the international affairs or connection of India with the other country, whatever people wants or whatever is good for India, that will be done. Now, in your mind, there must be a thought that why we are member of Commonwealth country, and since 1947 we chose. It's not that they dictated, because our main aim was to remove Britishers, their interest. It's not that we wanted to be isolated from the global order. Why we should be? And before Commonwealth, we became member of United Nations in 1945. You can recall this. And after 2 years, we were in the relatively smaller body in comparison to UN. You're getting my point? That is what sovereignty means. Sovereignty is not compromised because of the factor that that India has been given sanctions or economic sanctions for the nuclear experiment that we conducted, or the war is to be there from Indian side, or we have supported a country like in Gulf War we did. No. Sovereignty simply means the democratic affairs, the government, the stability, the kind of credentials that India has in the global world today. Okay, it's not that our neighbor countries is having frequent coups, coup. And last week also something was going on, and the premier of that country was also saying that I have full belief and confidence, मुझे अपने पड़ोसी मुल्क में बहुत भरोसा है, as if one is seeking asylum. That may be a prospect. Okay, so anything may happen. That's how it is. The premier of that country in another country, who used to be the army chief, I don't know what is the name. I know, but why to say? Another controversy out of our video. Okay. So sovereignty means this is something which is very, very important, that I am an Indian, and I am in an India which is sovereign in nature. It's not that I have been supplied the defense forces by other country. We are having proxy defense or like that. No, it's not. I think you have understood this well. Okay. Now, sovereignty is also understood in terms of suzerainty, right? So this is another contest we will be discussing in form of question after discussing all the values together. I am coming to the next one, socialist. So socialist means what? It means service by government to its society. It is that simple. Answer is negative. If I write service by private sector or MACD की cold coffee to its citizen or my classroom student, would that be the same? Socialist. Service by private sector to its citizen or service by government to its citizen only? No. Society means network of people. They are talking about a group. Collectivistic approach. It's not individualistic. It means what? We are talking about all. सर्व धर्म संभव सर्व धर्म सुखाय and सबका साथ सबका विकास. So socialist here government role is necessary and we are talking about group. So actually we are hinting at what? Welfareistic state, and this is what is there in DPSP. DPSP is there. In original constitution this socialist word was not there. Outrightly it was brought in 1976 by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, because DPSP is not having a compulsory say that government is to apply it compulsorily. But when we are having this thing in preamble, then weight is more in a code of law, right? So the government is also having the responsibility. It's not that DPSP or the socialist nature can be negated totally. Now, if we need to understand the meaning of the socialist very clearly, if I give you a question that from hard to easy, you need to just manage or arrange these words. So say for example, I am writing here autocracy, socialist, capitalist, and what you can say, mixed system or mixed economy. Okay, so from hard to easy, you need to tell what should be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, 2, 3, 1, or 2, 4, 1, 3, or 1, 4, 1, 2. What can be the answer here? Tell me. Yes? Hard to easy. I just make it very clear here. What I can do apart from the mixed system, I can do one thing, that I add communist here. That would make things easier. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, it is communist. I need to just broaden it further so that you can see it. Now you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. ऑटोक्रेसी में ऑटो मतलब रिक्शा ऑटो बस वाला नहीं है. ऑटोक्रेसी इन हिंदी इट समझ तानाशाही, सद्दाम हुसैन, नो दादन, और किम किम जॉन वो बॉल की तरह फटने हैं. नॉर्थ कोरिया में नो रिलीजन एट ऑल. इफ यू आर बिलीविंग इन टू रिलीजन what will happen to you we don't know. Autocracy, one man rule, whatever one is saying is the rule. Also Ram Raj or kind of monarchy is coming close to it, but in the benevolent term autocracy will be having different meaning, but here it is in a negative term, that one man rule, and that too very dictate in a dictatorship kind of term, so negative it is. Of course it is very hard system, right? Communist, like China, it is also relatively very hard, like how the population control measure, so second child you will not be having. If it is so that forceful abortion policy is there, water electricity connection will be cut. In India, can we have that system? No, we are the population factory. We have supplied this Indian product to every part of the country to thrive. Okay, GDP or at all, no, progress is not that matter. Here the progress is to be there. Okay, and I was thinking that people will be coming on the road if such policy is brought by government, that how can you intervene in this fundamental right of ours? It's like that. We are democracy, only we can educate people. That's how it is. So communist, basically when people are not very educated, right, country is having scarce resources, then communist system is one of the way to control those people, because they don't know about themselves that what is good and what is bad. Educated people, okay, to a great extent you can manage them. That is why the government has to think that what is good for them. That is why it is coming up like this, hard, relatively harder. Now socialist, if we talk about, so okay, so in socialist this system is also relatively harder than the capitalist system. Why? Because in socialism government role is more, as I have explained, and government role is coming up with what is called as red tapeism. Red tapeism means what? ये जो लाल रिबन उधर बंधी हुई है वो नहीं, लाल फीता शाही. Red tapeism means government hard rules and regulation. If you need to open a company, you need to run from pillar to post, from this for this department to have clearance. Okay, so this is like we were inviting before 1992 other countries to India, and other countries people were saying no, India very hard rules and regulations, socialist outlook, red tapeism, Inspector Raj, Babu system, give me under the table, the kind of thing, right? So it is not the way. That is why it is becoming harder. I can give you the classic example. The government bank, if you go, 10 o'clock is the time, no one will be there. If they are there, they are gossiping. 10:30. If you need to deposit your money, and if you say that I need to attend the class, please do it. So Babu will be looking at you. Okay, come after 15-20 minutes more. You cannot say this. And opposite to this, in the government bank, if you have asked the Babu that give me loan form, he will be looking at you as if you have asked for his 2 of the kidneys. So that's how it is. Opposite to this, if you go to a private sector bank, I am coming to the capitalist one, wherein red carpet format is found. Red carpet means welcoming gesture. This is the same carpet which is there in the marriage ceremony and all. Welcome, 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 right? Though it is a sign of danger also. Okay, now red carpet simply means welcoming gesture in the private sector bank. If you go 10 o'clock, everyone there, okay? And as soon as you have opened the door, good ambience, fragrance also, and from the corner there will be a voice, may I help you, sir? After listening to that voice, you are faint. You are into another another sense. Oh God. So such a receptive culture is there in the private sector because competition is more and kind of they have different aura. So capitalist system is indicating towards private sector. Socialist is more government pro, but private sector is having benefit and profit orientation. Government sector is not. They are about the mass. And they are about the class. You can recall bank nationalization, Indira Gandhi ji's call, and on that, in that year, 1969 to 1971 election, she contested election on the slogan "Garibi Hatao." Opposition was saying that "Garibi Hatao ya Garib ko hatao forever." No, Garibi Hatao. So that is why many rulers, kings that time they were getting privy purse and all contested against Indira Gandhi, including who? The Gurgaon's one. Who? Patodi. Dadaji of Taimur. Pidaji of Saif Ali Khan. Father-in-law of wife of Saif Ali Khan. Okay, that is you are saying, Karina. I don't know. Okay, maybe. So that's how it is. He also lost in that election. And bank nationalization means what? Bank is available only in the urban cities wherein the profit is more. What about the villages and all? So everywhere it has to be made available. That is why bank nationalization. Maybe it is having a taxing effect on the kind of fund resources we are having, but still one has to start. And today bank is having big network. It is just one example of socialist regime. Okay, fine. Now, I have made it clear that out of this system, autocracy is hard for its own reason. Capitalism is having welcoming gesture for its own culture. So US is coming close to capitalist era, and capitalist people sometimes they live in the future. So in US, plastic money or the credit card is used more. They will be earning in future. They have already spent it, so they are living in future. Indian culture, savings, gold chain and all, everything snatched, gone. So that's how it is. Okay, so you have understood it well. Now, if I need to talk about secular, this word was also, along with socialist word, was indoctrinated into the constitution in 1976 by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay. Now, what do we mean by secularism here? From Article 25 to Article 28, we find it in the fundamental rights. Okay. Secularism means, if I need to ask you another conceptual question, these things you will not be finding in books. I am saying it in camera, right? Record will be available. So the hybrid class it is, other people are seeing it live, it will be also be available on YouTube. These explanation you will not be finding. In my book you may find it because I have written it, but means not anywhere else. But you can write it in the exam because there in UPSC you need not to be a bookworm. Examiner will be understanding ये पढ़ के आया है सारा का सारा लक्ष्मीकांत में से और इधर उधर से और यहाँ पे आके वमिट कर दिया इसने पूरा क्या क्या पढ़ना है सेम चीज को न्यू थिंग एवरी टाइम राइट so that's how it is. Now secular word is having a question here in prelims. So say for example I am having 4 options for you guys. That secular means that India is a religious country, or India is anti-religious, R means religious, or India is half religious, or India is irreligious, or India is without religion. So such question is not asked in the exam. That 5 of the options are not there, every time 4, but I am just making it here for my own satisfaction. Tell me that India is religious or not? Here, okay. Tell me. Which option is correct? Now don't Google. मम्मी की याद आ रही है? नहीं. भूख लग रही है? नहीं. Okay. None of them is correct. Sixth option will be coming. Non-religious. This is the correct one. India is non-religious. Any of them is not correct. India is not a religious country like in neighboring country. In their own constitution, they have written that we are Islamic nation. Nepal had the Hindu word, right? Buddhism had, Nepal had, not now, but it had. It has dropped. Sri Lanka, Buddhist, okay? But India, Sarv Dharm Sambhava, Sarv Dharm, right? So no Khalistan, no Khoristan, right? We are what? We are non-religious. Now anti-religion means what? We are not anti-religious too. India believes in religious tolerance. We are tolerating every religion, okay? And that is why there's a mutual understanding. And half religion, that part of India is half religious and this and that, no. We are proportionately religious everywhere as per the taste and flavor of the individual. Irreligious also, that third, fourth India is irreligious or rest of the Indians are having no religion, no. Without religion also we are not, because religion is individual affair. I just want to have one religion in me, fine, I can. I don't want, no. I want to enjoy every religion, yes. I got education in a Punjabi school, so I was enjoying halwa also, that too loaded with lots of ghee, but of course sacred sense is there, but that is what another sense. Christmas also I'm enjoying. Biryani sometimes also, that too veg biryani, fine. But I'm just saying that I just need to have that component which is comfortable for everyone to be accepted. It's not that I need to eat meat of a particular animal which is useful for agriculture or for other affairs. If I am a non-veg, I can eat fish, which is good, right? That is a distant animal, but I cannot rely on violating the sense of Article 47 into the cow slaughter and all. Why? If I am a non-vegetarian, I can have chicken too, because bird flu factor is there. Darwinian philosophy you can connect here, that survival of the fittest. If we are allowing chicken to flourish, then we will be over out of the bird flu and all. Okay, so that is another discourse that we are not going into it. Non-religion simply means that we are allowed to have our own religion in our own way. It doesn't mean that I am using my loudspeaker 4 a.m. To just air the chanting and all whatever I am having inside my house, or having Mata Jagran whole night. So 5th June exam is there, 4th night Mata Jagran is started. So you will be going to Mata ji, please pass kar dena. ऐसा थोड़ी ना है. Or you will be having disturbance that whole night you won't be able to sleep on 4th June this year. Tell me, it is having impact or not? Or you will be in the morning after having no sleep in night because of Mata Jagran, please take coin of Mata ji, add your tail, Jai Ho Mata ji, A, B, okay, A for 10 question in continuation, now B. Okay, so that's not the story. Trying to balance what people do, that okay, not offending the religious things and all, they will be shifting overnight. It is a very difficult thing because you are not mentally prepared for it. Okay, so there are many things going on. Use of loudspeaker. I am free to use my religion in my own kind of thing. The hijab controversy, connection with the other country, contest. France is having its own ministry to observe the religious affairs. They have the degree for secularism. France, if I talk about, because there was a question 3 years back in the main examination. That is why it is. We will be discussing when we will be discussing the question out after discussing full topic. Okay. So secularism, out of this, it is very much clear. But I just want to say that India is not a religious country, nor it is anti-religious, nor it is irreligious, nor it is without religion, nor it is half religious, but is only non-religious. So if I remove these two options here and I put as fourth option non-religion with non-religious, it will be correct. Fine. I think no doubt should be there, sufficiently explained. And also, there can be a country without any religion. There can be a country who is not allowing the religion to be practiced by any person or any citizen, like North Korea. Okay, so we can have the comparative index. Now, out of these socialist, sovereign and secular world, I think there should not be any doubt. We can come to the democratic world. This word was there originally also. Now, democracy means what? For the people, by the people, of the people, लोगों का, लोगों के लिए और लोगों से. राइट. नाउ दिस पेन, इस पे मैक्स हब लिखा हुआ है, मैक्स हब का है, मैं इसे यूज कर रहा हूं. आई एम यूजिंग इट एंड इट इज यूज्ड फॉर यू. नाउ इट इज डेमोक्रेटिक? नो. इफ यहां पर मेरा नाम लिखा होता, मैंने ही इसे बनाया होता, इनोवेट किया होता, राइट, और मैं इसे अपने ही लिए यूज कर रहा होता, तो ये डेमोक्रेटिक होता. राइट. पेरेंट्स मनी यूज्ड बाय यू फॉर यूपीएससी. नाउ यू आर डेमोक्रेटिक हियर? नो. Democracy here simply means a system wherein the government has been elected by the people, and the government will be working for people, and for that work the government will be taking payment and salary out of the money given by the people in form of tax. Primarily, you guys are giving tax, that is becoming consolidated fund of India apart from the income and other things. And then these MPs, minister, everyone having big car and all, having VIP status and all, out of your own money only. So who is servant? Government. Who is master? You, who is paying the tax. Where is servant? Striving hard, sitting in class, dreaming for UPSC with no guarantee. Where is servant? Roaming around in VIP cars. So this is democracy. Understanding? So who is VIP? Who is master? You. Where is servant? So becoming servant is very hard. That is why you are just day and night wanted to be an IAS civil servant. Becoming a servant is very, very hard. Becoming a master is very easy. Okay. Okay. Now, democracy is simply means that a system wherein people's representation is there. Now, out of democracy, we have many others comparative senses, or the opposite senses also, like monarchy. In monarchy, what we have? In monarchy, what we have? Rex lex. In democracy, what we have? Lex rex. Lex rex means law is king, and rex lex means king is law. Right? Law is king and king is law. So here in democracy, what we have? Law is king. कानून राजा है, राजा कानून नहीं है, राजा का बेटा कानून नहीं है, आरजी और पप्पू होगा तो बिल्कुल भी कानून नहीं है. That's how it is. You have to understand. Rule of law to prevail. Now, when we discuss it analytically more, we can then discuss many questions out of it. Now, apart from this, if we talk about the republic, so 26th January, okay, Republic Day, RD. Republic means what here? Republic means an elected representative. I'll be giving you dictation after these 5 constituent of preamble I am discussing. Then after that we will be having the Jalebi factor, that is justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. B means fraternity, means brotherhoodness. An elected representative we need to have. It's not that one is king who is law. Out of the democracy we are having it here, right? Here we are having an indirectly elected president. It's not a monarch. He is not a monarch. It's monarchy or is there in the UK, right? But here in India we are having totally elected regime. So what is the difference between UK and India here? It's not fully monarchy. There also we are having the election, but it is represented by queen or king. This is the nominal, or you can say gestural difference, just for the academic taste, for your exam point of view, right? Now, republic is having a different sense, which is connected to that who is supreme, constitution is supreme or the parliament is supreme. Here in India, constitution is supreme, but in case of UK, it is parliament which is supreme. Here, constitution is supreme, parliament is secondary. Whereas in UK, parliament is supreme, constitution is secondary. So here in India, constitution is father and parliament is daughter, analogically. Oppositely, in UK, it is parliament that is mother and constitution is its son. ठीक है. इन इंडिया में क्या है? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फादर है, पार्लियामेंट उसकी बेटी है. इन यूके पार्लियामेंट इज मदर एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज इट्स सन, बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्टर दैट the republic word is having a say in India strongly. It's one of the factor. It's not that purely it is the credit of the republic word, right? अब यहाँ पे पता है क्या हो रहा होगा? आपका दिमाग ये रहा और इसके अंदर में ना ये लट्टू जल रहा होगा. पुराने जमाने में ऐसा ही लट्टू होता था कुछ. This connection is not understood that easily. We have to study it again in fundamental right. We have to study it again when we will be discussing article 1 in the next part 1 from article 1 to 4. Okay, but I think it is understood to you that why it is so. Because parliament is giving constitution continuously. Constitution is evolving. Here in India, the constitution makers sat primarily or exclusively for 2 years, 11 months and 18 days time. But that phase was never there in UK. Okay, that is why constitution is constantly evolving. Every law is becoming part of the constitution. So any person coming from UK to India, that where is your constitution, show it to me. That Simon Commission challenged you guys that you cannot bring your own constitution, and that is why your Lala Lajpat Rai was over for his life in Lathi charge. But we had the first constitution in 1935. That Government of India Act is itself a constitution which is also a source of today's constitution. Okay, then we'll be giving the constitution. My book, Lakshmikant book, another book. This is our constitution. When you go to UK, now where is your constitution? If you ask that your UK guy, then he will be taking you in the room wherein lots of law books are there. This is my constitution. It is not codified till date. You understand that? Codification. They have never gone in such transitory phase. Okay, so this is the difference. We can, I think, discuss it in the other classes. Now I can come to the other factor. Now if we talk about the justice world, it has been taken from Russian Revolution, right? And in the constitution there are 3 types of justice given: political justice, social justice and economic justice. If they are asking that democratic justice is also given, answer is just negative. If we see the example of political justice, you can find universal adult franchisee, wherein the vote weight is equal to 1 whether you are a downtrodden or rickshaw puller or you are a president. That is the biggest political justice you have. Social justice example is reservation, and economic justice you are having different tax slab, that if you are earning 2 lakh rupees, no tax is given, but you are earning 1 crore rupees, maximum tax, or you can say relatively more tax. So it is basically sharing the fruit given by God to you out of the things. Okay. Now, if I need to talk about the other values, and justice is delayed, justice is denied, but justice is hurried, justice is buried. This you have to understand. Okay, in India, Article 124 to Article 227, there are many things given, but we have to understand the judicial reform that has to be taken in this modern era. After justice, we are having equality factor. Now this equality, liberty and fraternity, we have taken it from the French Revolution. Now in the equality factor, Article 14 to 18, the category is belonging to the equality, right to equality. But equality is not among the equals, but among the unequals too. And that is why we have brought equity factor in it. Equity factor means what? This person is to be put in fight with this person. Is it the equality? Answer is negative. The person was not given the resources, educational resources, good education in his childhood or her childhood. Her childhood means I have to make the chotis here. But this person was given every resource. This is not the equality. Now what you have done, I need to just rub this person here. I am just shifting this person here. Now I am bringing him at par, and here also bulletproof protection and AK-47. Now come. Upliftment of lower strata of society, and this Jack effect is called as sometimes reservation. And now there is a debate that whether it is a good policy or not. We have to look into it, right? Maybe reservation is a good policy, I believe. There is a personal opinion. It should not be a controversy out of this in-camera performance of mine. But reservation policy has been, you can say, manipulated in a sense that reservation is reaching to those people who are not needing it, and those who are needing it are not knowing anything about reservation. This is something that we have to understand. Okay, so equality factor has to be complemented by equity factor. Equity factor is larger than equality factor, and it has to be implemented first before you are applying equality. Article 14 to 18 we will be talking about in fundamental right, wherein we can explain this equality factor better. Right? Now, apart from this, if I talk about liberty factor, so liberty is again, if you talk about the Article 19(1)(a), freedoms, rights are there. So what is the difference between freedom and liberty? We got freedom too. We got freedom from external sources, right? But liberty is coming from within, and that is why it is greater than freedom, right? What do we mean by liberty? Say for example, this man who is a rickshaw puller earning 100 rupees a day, right? Sleeping on rickshaw, getting up early in the morning, using hand pump, public hand pump to bath, and then again rickshaw. 20 rupees earned, had breakfast, 50 rupees earned, had lunch, again 40 rupees earned, had dinner, then 10 rupees saved. Like this is going on. Mistakenly, this person was arrested by a policeman, was sent to the jail. Now he went to the jail. In jail, he was given white dress. In jail, allowance maybe more than 200 rupees, right? Every day. Now he is sleeping in the cemented room. In night, odomas, that is mosquito repellent, is also given. Whenever he is sick, the doctor available, right? Maybe nominal, but provision is there. And breakfast, lunch and dinner on time. So this person will like to be in jail or outside, or where the person will be realizing his own liberty. Maybe inside the jail. When you are outside, you are not having the good school kind of facilities, good health facilities, right? You won't be able to have that liberty factor. Road is there, यहाँ road मैं गड्ढा नहीं दिखता, गड्ढे के अंदर रोड दिखता है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay, so resources are not there, right? Never countries people are celebrating, Diwali here by bombarding and all. So you went outside home to purchase Maggie and bomb blast. Body is looking like a Maggie. Okay, so the people neighboring country, उन्होंने बम अपने लिए बनाए, they could not explode in time. Suicide bombers also, sleeping cells, but they were exploding then in their own country because manufacturing default, they could not reach here and they have to be used before a date. So this is something which is very, very, psychologically connected. Okay. Now coming to another factor, liberty we will be seeing when we are discussing Article 19(1)(a). There were 7 democratic freedom rights. Now we are left over with only 6. We will be understanding it. Now, if we talk about fraternity factor, class time is to be over. That is why I am doing hurry. Otherwise, I can go little slow. Fraternity means brotherhoodness, right? Now, some people are smiling here. Sir, why not sisterhoodness? I don't know. That is how our culture has been shaped. Fraternity is all about unity, living together, understanding, unity in diversity. Okay, we are a melting pot of every possible culture here, more and more languages, religion, but we are living together. We are happy with each other. Okay, so fraternity factor is there, but here we have to understand the integrity and unity exclusively. Here the word integrity, I am mentioning, it was not there originally in the constitution. It was brought in 1976 along with socialist and secular word. This was the third word, and integrity here simply means that undivided India. दूध मांगोगे तो खीर देंगे, कश्मीर मांगोगे तो so that's what undivided India we need to talk. Okay, so we can welcome anyone, but it's our right. So fraternity factor is very, very important, and unity factor also. There is a debate that we have to have bifurcation in the states, within the states. We have to convert from UT to a state or a state to a UT, or exchange of enclave that happened in Northeast. Fraternity factor comes in. It has a long debate. Okay. Now we are understanding the fixed terms here in the preamble. That is why I am not going into the analytical plane. Now, before I am winding up the class, only 5-minute factor here in it. There is a question that is preamble part of the Constitution or not? This you have to tell. Is preamble part of the Constitution or not? So answer is that in 1960 Re-Berubari case, court said that preamble is not part of the Constitution. Berubari is name of a place, right? There is a case that people did not want to join the neighboring country, right, which was East Pakistan, right? And then that time the law was passed, is parliament able to do or not? That is another episode. But in Re-Berubari case, preamble was not admitted as part of the Constitution, so nor amendable to. But they forgot that preamble was also indoctrinated or included in the Constitution by way of the same provision that other provisions were included. And they broadened their ambit and revised their own verdict as court of record, Supreme Court is, in 1973, Keshavananda Bharati case. Keshavananda Bharati case, and they told, the court told that yes, it is part of the Constitution, right? It can be amended also. And the testimony came from 1976, 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, that it was amended, and 3 new words, that is sovereign, socialist, and also today preamble is not only part of the Constitution, but preamble's objectives are part of basic feature of the Constitution that they cannot be done away with. Even the nature of the Constitution cannot be played with, but if it is complementing the Constitution, very well it can be. So preamble cannot be done away with, because partly it is belonging to the basic feature doctrine. That's how it is. Now, last but not the least, if they are also asking that what is the significance of the Constitution, preamble. Significance of the preamble. Significance of the preamble lies in the fact that number 1, it provides the source of authority. Source of authority from the expression we the people, right, that we are providing. It could be constituent assembly also there instead of we the people. And number 2, date of adoption, that is 26 November 1949. Number third, preamble is also guiding the court as and when there is a conflict or there is an ambiguity between 2 provisions of the Constitution. Then if preamble is going towards one provision of the constitution, then that part of that provision will be having more weight. So preamble is also becoming a guiding star in the court. So that's how the significance of the preamble is counted here. So we have not only discussed the preamble's constituent, the nature of it, objectives of it, whether preamble is part of the constitution or not, the significance of the preamble also. And tomorrow that preamble can be done away with, answer is just negative, because partly it is belonging to the basic feature doctrine. And if we see nature of the constitution also, then sovereignty factor, secularism factor, then even socialist pattern, it is also context wise belonging to the basic feature doctrine, the doctrine of basic structure of the constitution, which was innovatively given by 1973 court केशवानंद भारती केस जजमेंट. केशवानंद भारती जी कौन थे? प्रीस्ट थे. वो हार गए थे या जीत गए थे? ही लॉस्ट, बट country won for the kind of gift in form of doctrine of basic structure and all. So this is all we have. We can take the dictation and another class. I think we have come a long way. So till then, bye bye, Jai Hind, and see you in next class. Thank you so much for being with me.